people, what's up? Nate Raymond coming at you from New York City Central Park, and it's not a bad location because people are walking by, and that's good because I don't have to be the one walking. And any of you watching this, at least you can see something that's clear. Now, New York City here, Central Park, is definitely a big draw, and I'll just, allow you to see the way a lot of these people are just enjoying life. Kids in the distance playing. I mean, these are city people, they don't always get the kind of exercise they crave. But here, we'll stop looking at me for a bit. So yeah, it's really great here. And anyway, so when you're in the city and you come to Central Park, that's the kind of place where you could, take out your camera, you could say hello to the people. But we could really tell you what's kind of going on here is that if anybody out there wants to get in on something that's new and exciting, okay, and it's like, okay, making money is very difficult, okay? And it's not about skill sometimes, or even anything. It's just something like, sometimes it's knowledge passed down, okay? And it's not what you know, it's who you know, okay? And it's about you being part of a team, and these people that you would normally need for your team, right? They're not people right? They're like scattered the world. How are you gonna find these people? Well, that's the thing, is that this YouTube channel, these videos I've been doing for a while, they've attracted people because that's what it is. It's a homing beacon, okay? It's a homing beacon for a vibration. If people hear it and they're on that vibration, they come here. Now, all of us are on different vibrations, right? My vibration's no better, but it is what it is. And if you're somebody that's on this vibration, okay, so what kind of vibration I'm on? Okay, so let me introduce myself, right? My name's Nathan Raymond, okay? And I'm from upstate New York, but I've been living in Japan for like the past 20 years because the place I'm from in New York had a relationship with Japan because that was the times we lived in. It was a different era. Governments had all this money and they didn't know what the hell to do with it. So they were like, yeah, America, Japan, let's do something. So, my area, but in the end, right, they ran out of money. Okay. So it's like, okay, what are we going to do? We give up. Okay. Now with me, there's no I give up. I can't give up because I'm in this situation, okay, where I'm a bridge between New York and Japan. So right now, this New York, Japan, regardless of what you think or what you believe, what is in New York, Japan? We're talking wealth, okay? But if you're a New Yorker in New York, you trying to get this wealth is difficult. You, a New Yorker with New York, you're part of the same thing. It's like, why are you gonna get money from yourself? Like, okay, we don't see it that way. And that's how messed up we are, okay? That's how messed up we are. A New York collective of people who decide to come together, all right? And a Japanese collective of people who decide to come together, okay? Now, my vibration, whoever it attracts, whoever's there is there. It's just time and attention. Will we get the 20 New Yorkers? Will we get the Japanese? How long does it take? 20 and 20. You think oh, it's so easy, just go do it, Nate. No, it doesn't work that way. We're not skipping steps here. This has been a timely journey over a long time. Think of a long-term baked cake. No matter what the cake batter is, delicious batter, it's not gonna be that cake unless you take the time it takes. Now, I had no idea how long the time it was gonna take because life needs to be lived. All these people making money, it's a fake illusion, and one card all comes down because it's flimsy. Your money relationships are flimsy. Look, if I was to measure, okay, from an empathic machine, your vibration. Money is only part of the vibration, no matter how powerful you think that money vibration is. There's something stronger, much stronger, much stronger. And what's that? What is more stronger than love? I'm talking 6,000% more powerful than love is straight up authenticity. Okay, can you handle it? Is it raw? Okay, is it authentic? Do you like it? Yeah, well, whatever, right? What do you like is subjective. You only like what your level of awareness is. If you gain higher awareness, okay? Now, what type of awareness? I'm not talking about anything stupid. I'm just talking about a social awareness. I'm just talking about getting introduced to someone you've never been introduced to. And if we can do that, you will just use parts of your brain that go unused. And I want you to think about things in a different way, okay? That, you know, when it comes to what we call the brain, okay? Now, we've got a right side and we got a left side, okay? See, you as the human are the technology, and your higher vibrational awareness is what unleashes your technology. But you know what? Nobody cares about that. They just care how much money you give them. In that context, can you see how money is weak and whack and fake? Look, I want money as much as the next person, but we're not talking about that. Money is part of an economy. We're talking about parallel economies that function just like our economy, but it supplements your economy. Look, we are people-centered and people-focused, and we have an economy. We have a way for us. Okay, we fund this economy. How do we fund this economy? By telling people that your money in your economy, you're getting a bad deal. And if you come to my economy, where you are the money, you gotta understand, you are the human value, social resource. You provide a user experience. I am an agent of user experience, creating an agency of user experience that works at a town level, and I am now building this model in the town I'm from. The authenticity of where I live in Japan, where I live in New York, is the authenticity that vibrates at 6,000% more powerful than love. We're not talking about love. We're talking about being powerful. We're talking about being smart. We're not talking about, okay, who's gonna do right morally, some kind of guilt claim. We're not asking for permission. We're growing, all right? We are transforming into another person. You are not the person. You've never been educated, because education means transform. That means become a different person than you are. You don't want to become a different person than you are. You're scared to become a different person than you are. And I don't blame you. Some scary stuff, okay? I'm not saying that we're, see, and as I say it, and you're conscious of it, you want to run away. Oh, I had you as a customer. I said the wrong thing. You run away. I don't care. It's not about me people pleasing, getting to like me. It's about you vibrating 6,000 times higher than you're vibrating. Where am I getting this figure of 6,000 vibrating authentically is more powerful than love? Well, I read it in a meme. Yup. So I'm part of the generation we've been educated by memes, pictures. Pictures worth thousands of words. I've seen more pictures than words have been spoken, but words are the tool. Words are the chosen medium for I mean, hey, don't want to talk too much, don't want to appear too much, but is it authentic? Is it authentic? Yes, yes. Are you 6,000 times more authentic than you were before? Who cares about your authenticity? I'll tell you exactly who cares. People who want user experience. Who wants user experience? People who are lonely. People who are trying to get practical experience. People who was education that they paid money with didn't give them the education they really needed because they got educated, they paid their money, but they went to the company and they feel powerless. They didn't get hired. No, no, no. You're fine. They don't yet know. They're operating in a centralized system. For us to be this 6,000 times greater, we can't talk to anybody who doesn't come through the front door. Meaning that I'm Nate Raymond. This is the Japan Exchange. There may be other exchanges like it, but this is the one that you're face to face with. And I'm the agent. I'm the maitre d'. I'm the one who welcomes you to my space. And I want you to have fun. But you're here also because I've recognized, for example, Japan Exchange, okay? Japanese people are paying money to speak English. It's not working, my friends. It's not working. But what would work? Well, it's come about, okay? I've had time. That's the thing. I've had more time and I haven't been forced to, not because I'm rich. No, no, no. I just dedicated to it and people supported me. So what kind of support did I get? Okay, when I lived in my town in New York with Japan, I had a connection, I had an exchange, okay? That allowed me to stay for 10 days when I was 14. But even before that, when we were 12, right? Exchange students coming to our house. So that's the thing. All through high school, exchange student going through hand experienced that, okay? But when I was 18, I got a 1-year scholarship to stay in Japan that was funded by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government and AFS, the American Field Service. And that allowed me to stay in Japan for a year. I stayed, 11 months, whatever, 10 months, but still 5 months was the language immersion necessary, right? So I was going to a school, staying with a family, right? Now, why did they choose me? Now, it wasn't just me, okay? I was a member of 10 out of New York, okay? 10 New Yorkers chosen, right? Out of 50, we competed, asking us questions. What's your dream? What do you want to do? All this stuff. And I don't know, somehow, anyway, whatever. So I did that, right? And I came back to America, but guess what? Everything I learned in Japan, I tried to explain. It doesn't make sense to those people, right? And I messed up my road in America. Like, if I didn't go to Japan, I would have had a lot of more opportunities. I would have went to a different school. I might have went to like West Point or, who knows, something like that. Even though, well, yes, but since I knew I was going to Japan, I just, caution to the wind. And they've got different, like, school year. It starts in April, so you got to mess up, your schedule like that. New York starts in September, so it's like, different schedules, different ways, different seasons, different everything, Going to Japan, it's the whole opposite, like, okay, and we talk about how the human is the technology, but when I'm in America, I'm using like my right brain, right? Now, what does that even mean, right? America being a right brain society. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're going to argue with me. No, I don't think that's true. I don't care what you think is true. And if you think it's true, you go do you. I'm the one who is doing this, and people who like me, who don't like me, whatever, but I'm part of a team, okay? Agent. Do you want agent training? So I wanted to give you agent training into my agency. It's just 12 questions. I've boiled down 12 questions in English that if Japanese focus on, it's for the best user experience. Nobody is offering this in Japan. Straight up, no one's offering it in Japan. No one's doing this. I'm the only one doing this. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this that I'm not frustrated, but I'm pushing people to pick it up the pace now. pick it up the pace now. Pick it up the pace, all right? Web 3. I have a Web 3, okay? A Web 3 is a bank. A bank, you already know how to use a bank, but you're underserviced with your banking services. You're underserviced, okay? We will serve you. A bank underserves you and takes a fee, and they don't care about you because it's so saturated with numbers. There are farmers going onto the pasture and you are easy prey. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying you get out of that underserviced banked mentality and join a Web 3 bank where you do everything with your Web 2, except instead of paying a fee to pay the bank, the fees you would have paid the bank, it just redistributes amongst the community, and it results in membership to the community, results in just getting money, all right? Now, if you were to say to me, what, right now, if I go there, I'm actually gonna getting money? Look, you talking like that with your desperation and angst like you finally found the thing, hey, calm down. This isn't about your money. This is about Japanese people being able to speak English and a system that's actually helping it happen. And Japanese people, you paying money for English is a one-way street transaction. Like, I am the Japanese person, I don't have English. You are the English, I pay money, now give me the English. That is not the way it works. Japanese people, okay, let me tell you foreign people about Japanese people, is that when I say to Japanese people, okay, I'm in America, right? I say to a Japanese person, oh, I have a choice to go to Italy or Japan, where should I go? They'll probably tell you to go to Italy. They don't even recommend their own country. So Japanese people don't even know, like, why you even want to go to Japan. And maybe you don't even know why you go to Japan. Okay, Japan is the land that you go for a user experience. It's a type of education. It's a study. Maybe people call it a study abroad, and I do, but if you look up study abroad, they're not going to offer what I'm offering you. They're going to offer you some standard textbook because they're feared and they're selling to a feared audience, and you reflect fear. If you want to reflect fear, I'm not the one. This is someone who's here to get the job done. Vibrate higher, 6,000 times higher, by engaging in this English conversation where the authenticity is revealed. If your authentic vibration is to be a global ambassador and to make that who you are, then this is the group that you need to join. Straight up. You feel the realness, you feel the authenticity, because it's 6,000 times more powerful than anything that you've ever felt or known in these words, and it's felt and it's shown. And that's what The Chosen says. If you believed with the faith to move a mountain, you could tell it to move and it would listen. And you have yet to have that conviction about yourself, but I have that conviction that I can match you to the right Japanese person, to be a group, to be a startup that can get venture capital, fund your startup through social innovation, and experience your way through my affiliate model for what it is that's going to take over the way companies run. Handing over control to the community through the Web3. The only reason you haven't heard about it is because people don't know how they can get rich. But with this social media innovation, I am the type of person who makes this type of video and makes this kind of communication to you. That is the person who can get rich, and I can't have it unless I share it with you. So play your role, play your part. Free money, play your role. You're the English speaker giving a user experience. My 20-minute pitch is about to be up, and hopefully It wasn't done soon enough. Nate Raymond, Japan Exchange. Let's get the job done. Thank you.